Every month at the new moon, we begin a new emotional cycle, and we have the opportunity to reset our goals and intentions. The new moon in Taurus is May 18th, shortly after midnight Eastern Time. Now you have to understand that the moon is exalted in the sign Taurus. It functions really well in that sign. And Taurus is an earth sign in the fixed modality. So what wants to happen during the moon in Taurus is that you want to bring things into manifestation, bring things into the physical plane. There is that drive to manifest, and there is all of that fertility that's associated with the moon in Taurus. This particular new moon is about manifesting, but there is some linkage here to the intellectual plane, which normally doesn't happen with Taurus. And that's because during this new moon, we're going to have Mars in Gemini and also Mercury in Gemini. And Gemini deals with that intellectual communication energy. What's very significant is that Mercury turns retrograde exactly on the same day as the new moon. Just about 9 hours after the moon is new, Mercury's going to go retrograde. When Mercury retrogrades in Gemini, it's particularly fruitful and powerful with our thinking process because Mercury rules Gemini. Here's what I think this new moon is all about with all that intellectual energy that we have with Mars and Mercury working together in Gemini. I think this new moon is about finding out where you are really committed to change in your life, because the Taurus energy is going to talk about commitment, perseverance, determination, and follow through. We have this beautiful opportunity with this new moon to set some new habits in motion, and I think that's really what it's all about here. Please consider starting what new habits you want to begin with this new moon in Taurus. Now, that might be, perhaps you set a goal where you exercise 4 times a week. Maybe a minimum of 3 times, maybe a maximum of 5 or 6 times. But it's not just setting goals. This is a time when you want to create new habits. From the new moon until the new moon in June, you want to be focused on anchoring new habits in the physical plane. And that means you have to tell yourself the truth. That means you have to back up what you say with action. That's what this new moon is about. I know one of the goals that I've decided on is to start juicing vegetables again. And my plan is to do that at least 4 times a week until we get to June. And I know once I do it often enough, it's going to become a habit again. That's the beautiful blessing we have with a new moon in Taurus, working with Gemini, Mercury, and Mars. With Mercury turning retrograde, this also allows us to decide what we need to release. What habits do you need to release, and what new habits do you need to begin? That's the beauty of the retrograde cycle. It allows you to start digging in there, letting go of certain ways of thinking, certain things that you say in your head, and beginning new, more positive habits. So to summarize this new moon, remember it's about developing new habits, working it daily, diligently, until we get to the new moon in June. It should be complete by then. That's a 28-day cycle. You should integrate it into the earth plane and into your world and have a new level of commitment already planted so that all these new behaviors are growing beautifully. Thank you. I'm Kathy Rose.